This podcast is sponsored by the Fargo-Moorhead West Fargo Chamber of Commerce. The Chamber is a catalyst for growth and prosperity and is here to protect and promote business, inspire innovation, cultivate communities, and influence action. Learn more at fmwfchamber.com.
Hey there, everyone, and welcome back to the In-Forum Business Beat podcast. This is your host, Thomas Evanella. This is our final episode before we say goodbye to 2022, but we will most certainly be back in the new year bringing you all of the latest business news from the Fargo-Moorhead area. Having said all that, let's get you up to speed on the latest. We're starting off this week with a sad piece of news, and it's regarding the former owner of Fargo's Hobby Hut, Mark Erdman. Erdman passed away Friday, December 16th, just one day after closing his store. Erdman opened Hobby Hut with his wife Stasia 38 years ago. The store operated out of several locations throughout its lifetime. A going out of business sale began for the store in November when Erdman announced that it was time to call it quits. A funeral mass for Erdman was held Thursday, December 22nd at St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Moorhead. Fundraising is getting underway for a new events and performing arts center to be located south of Fargo in Colfax. The total cost of the 26,000 square foot facility is $11 million. $5.5 million for the project has been set aside from settlement funds the Richland-Wilkin Joint Powers Authority received to allow for construction of the Fargo-Moorhead diversion. Additionally, the Richland 44 School District Foundation contributed $2 million to the project, and a black tie fundraiser held earlier in December raised $525,000. The facility will contain an event space which can seat up to 350 people alongside an outdoor space for wedding photos and other activities. The theater and concert space will contain 572 seats. Further, the flat floor of the theater can be converted to 5,000 square feet of event space. If any listeners out there have been contemplating getting into the restaurant game, now is the chance to do so, as two beloved businesses which closed in 2022 are now up for sale. Last Friday, we reported that Borrowed Bucks Roadhouse is for sale at a price of $1.35 million. The bar and dance club closed down in June. At that time, owner Warren Ackley said the closure was due to the difficulty the bar had regaining traction after the COVID-19 pandemic first began. On Monday, we also reported that the former JL Beers in Moorhead is on the market as well. That building, located along Highway 10 on Moorhead's east side, is being offered at a price of $1.3 million. JL Beers closed in November, blaming difficulty finding employees as the cause of the closure. North Dakota's three largest cities found themselves in good company this past week. Fargo, Grand Forks, and Bismarck were all ranked among the top 5 lowest unemployment rates among U.S. metropolitan areas. Fargo was tied with Mankato and Rochester, Minnesota for second on the list with an unemployment rate of 1.4%. Grand Forks had the fourth lowest rate at 1.5%. While Bismarck and Burlington, Vermont followed in fifth on the list at 1.6%. This is the fourth consecutive month in which Fargo has ranked among the top 7 lowest unemployment rates in the nation. On a statewide basis, Minnesota and North Dakota both posted the second lowest unemployment rates in the country last month at 2.3%. Estimates from Job Service North Dakota project there are 40,000 open positions in the state. We'll wrap up this week's rundown with details from Tammy Swift's latest story. She featured the Wild Soaps Company, an up-and-coming business based out of West Fargo. Wild Soaps Company is run by the duo of DeVern Augustus and Dana Matthews out of their West Fargo home. Matthews may be best known as the marketing guy, interacting with customers at craft shows, while Augustus is the science guy behind the soap making. Augustus and Matthews have produced 40 different varieties of soap, with bars selling for $7 each. They've been featured in venues such as Wild Terra and Drecker Brewing Company. Each product is vegan, handmade, and includes all-natural, pure essential oils. For Tammy's full story on Augustus, Matthews, and the Wild Soap Company, visit inforum.com. That's going to do it for this week's episode of the In-Forum Business Beat podcast. This has been your host, Thomas Evanella, signing off for the last time here in 2022. It's hard to believe that this is our last podcast of the year, so thank you all for tuning in and supporting us. Like always, keep your eyes on inforum.com/business, and we'll have you covered with all the latest news from the Metro business community in 2023.